I got into soccer back in 2018 and my legs grew, in particularly my calves, because of the training. Now that I look back, it's still considered small as compared to like the bodybuilding space. But for me, having skinny stick legs for the whole of my life, that was a huge jump for me. And after my secondary school, 2020, I actually stopped playing soccer and didn't even exercise after that. So from 2020 to 2022, that was the period of me being a total degenerate, got addicted to video games, porn, junk food. And that's when my legs actually shrinked. And then 2022, I decided to make a change and go on my own aesthetic body journey. So that's when I started to go to the gym 6 days a week, push-pull legs, and 2 of the days were leg days, right? My legs actually grew a lot, even though I only went 2 days a week. Like my leg workouts were less than 45 minutes. If you're a skinny guy and you're tired of being weak and skinny, I will personally help you to achieve an aesthetic body. Click the link in the description right now. I can remember the times where I felt weak and skinny and I really didn't like the fact that I was like that. So I really understand the pain and the struggles being a skinny guy, and you shouldn't feel like that. Honestly, you shouldn't feel like that. As a man, you should feel strong and dominant and masculine. But when you're skinny, you just can't help but to feel like a weak, feminine pussy. I want to put you through that transformation because I know how much your life would change because of that. Like, I've personally seen it in my own life, like my own love, sex life, my relationships with people, the attraction that I get from girls, the confidence that I get being around other people, being in social situations. I just feel so much better as compared to when I was weak. If you're really sick and tired of being that version and you know for a fact that you can be better than what you are right now, click the link in the description. So how did I actually grow my legs even though my workouts were short and I didn't spend a lot of time growing them? The answer is unsexy, but there are 2 things: intensity and consistency. For my whole entire leg day, I didn't overcomplicate things like, oh, should it be seated leg curls or lying leg curls? Or should it be the Smith machine or should it be like the normal free weight barbell squats? I just focused on one movement, and that one movement was squats. And I really tried to progressive overload it. Like every single session, every single leg session, I would try to increase the weight by 2.5 at least. And with that in mind, every session I got stronger, and usually when your legs get stronger because of progressive overload, you will naturally get bigger legs. Sorry for the cut, there was a very loud siren that lasted for like 20 minutes, so I'll just continue off from here. As I was saying, I focused on my squats and really pushed myself to the max intensity that I could. I took pride in like the form and how I did my squats, and I really wanted to progressive overload. I love seeing like the weight on the bar go up. So I did 5 very intense sets for my squats, and then followed by the rest of like the leg extension, leg curls, calf raises. But after a few months of doing leg day in the gym, I actually started to add hip thrusts. I added hip thrusts because I realized that my glutes were actually pretty small compared to the rest of my legs. And if you don't know already, the glutes is like the shoulder of your legs. So you can imagine like small shoulders and big arms. That is like a similar look when you have small glutes but big legs. And I stayed very consistent in my leg days. I would never skip leg day and I would hit them as hard as I could, really trying to progressive overload on my squat. And again, it's unsexy as fuck, but just stay consistent. Don't get swayed trying to find a new exercise that could increase the optimization of your muscle growth even more. Squats is like the 80-20 of what you should be doing for your legs. As long as you are squatting heavy, there is no way your legs wouldn't grow. And the best thing about legs is that once you build a foundation of like decent, strong legs, they will never ever be skinny again, no matter how like slacking you've been. Like, I'll be honest, I haven't been training leg days for like half a year already because I went Muay Thai, and then when I went Muay Thai, I didn't see the need to train my legs because I was really busy with like school and going to the gym, Muay Thai, and all this random stuff in life, right? So I switched over to my home gym, and my home gym doesn't have a squat rack. So yeah, I might not be the most like credible person in terms of talking about how to build your legs, but I went through that journey, so I kind of have a rough idea of how to do it. But yeah, currently I'm still using my home gym, and I am currently actually looking for a commercial gym nearby me so that I can actually start doing more of the compound lifts again, now that I've stopped fighting and I totally stopped training Muay Thai. So yeah, if you really want to like grow your legs, just start with squats in your leg day till you hit failure of about 3 to 5 sets honestly, this is your 80-20 like task. If you don't know what that is, it means that this is the 20% of things that you need to do in order to get 80% of your leg results, and the other 80% that you do will only get you 20% of the results. So really like go all in on these squats. And unfortunately, if you can't squat for some reason, then you can use a variation like lunges or hack squat or just any other like machine squat variation. Like those work as well, but I would say like the best thing that you can do is just do the normal barbell squats. And once you slowly like progressive overload with squats, your legs will look very good. So don't overcomplicate things about like which exercise is better for which. Just focus on your squat. And if you want even more aesthetic legs, you should actually focus on your glutes next. So what I would do if I were you is to follow my routine that I did when I was going to a commercial gym at that time, which is start with squats, 3 to 5 sets, simple. And then after that, you immediately go and do a hip thrust. So you rest for like 1-2 minutes and then you go and do hip thrust immediately. And then you go heavy, trying to progressive overload again. That is another 80-20 task that you can do. I will honestly just mainly focus on the squats as well as the hip thrust. Remember that I mentioned about my calves being a decent size at the start of the video. For me, I was actually quite lucky to have gone through that soccer phase, because right now I don't really train my calves and my calves are still like a decent size. But if you're the unfortunate guy that has small calves genetically, then what I can say is that train your calves very hard, but if they are really like the constraint and the thing that you should be prioritizing, do it at the start of your workout. So even before your squats, do your calves first. I know it might be a bit weird like doing an isolation exercise before a compound exercise, but that's what my friend did, and then he actually saw a huge growth in his calves in about 2-3 months, which is crazy. Like he was complaining about how he has bad genetics and fuck man, like he has to always wear like the long socks, the one that goes up right below your calves. He was complaining, but then the moment he started to actually prioritize his calves, doing it before like his squats, he actually saw a huge improvement in it. So if you haven't already, go and do this action step of changing up your routine and prioritizing your squats and hip thrusts. So go and see your leg day right now and go and put squats and hip thrusts at the start of the workout. And if you're that unlucky guy, put calves first. Once again, for my skinny guys, imagine this. Imagine taking off your shirt at the beach. And last time you used to feel so uncomfortable and insecure. But then now you feel so confident taking it out and you actually want people to look at you now. And you notice that the girls around you are actually looking at you. And when you look at them, they are holding eye contact with you, they are smiling. And the best thing is that you can tell they are kind of interested in you, like they're somewhat attracted. It's like a expression that you have never seen before. That is what you get when you get my program. It's an intensive one-on-one program, and you'll get the roadmap to get to the desired outcome that you want, which is to just feel more confident in your body. You never want to feel like weak and skinny again. So that's why you have to click the link in the description. And if let's say for some God knows what reason that you don't get the results that you actually are hoping for, don't worry bro, like you get a full refund if you're not happy, if you're unsatisfied with the results that you get when you're working with me. Click the link in the description. Thanks for watching.